So now we're gonna keep it 100. You know, we're not gonna make it all peaches and cream. What are some of the things to look out for as far as cryptocurrency? What are some of the red flags and some things that you should let be assigned to you to not get involved, or not maybe not get involved with a particular type of coin?
True. So I would say the biggest thing is if you're doing some research on a coin and that company says that they can guarantee you, let's say 5% return of your investment a day, you know, for the next 90 days. That is not true. They cannot do that. You know, crypto is entirely too volatile to do something like that. You know, today it could go up, it could shoot up 10%. Tomorrow it could shoot up a half percent, basically. So they cannot maintain that and be able to pay out everybody every single day that set amount. So definitely read and research that type of information. If they say that, run away from it. You know, so that's the biggest thing. Another thing is you can get involved in, you probably won't even realize it, but you can get involved into different currencies that are moving entirely too fast. And what'll happen is it'll move up, you know, it'll shoot up 2,000% in a day. And as soon as they start getting a lot of people involved in it, and you put your $100 into something that shot up 2,000%, it's gonna drop. It's gonna just tank. So basically, the people that manipulated that particular coin are pulling out.
Letting your emotions run.
You letting your emotions, exactly. You see that 2,000%, you want to make some money off of it too. But lo and behold, you've already been at the peak. You bought at the peak, and now it's dropping, and it'll never go back up to that 2,000%. So that's the biggest thing you gotta look out for.
So those amazing returns, those things too good to be true, usually is. You know.
Yeah. That's why you gotta do your research. You know, try to get that step ahead. You know, if you do feel like it is something that is gonna go up, make sure that you get into it when it's already down.
Okay, so let's just say that you're actively in cryptocurrency, right? Let's just say I'm actively involved in cryptocurrency, and throughout my day, I'm looking over my stuff. Throughout a day, what does that look like when you're trading with cryptocurrency, or you're trying to determine value between different currencies? What does that look like to you, or what methods do you use to determine what currency is valuable or not?
Right. So one of the methods that I mainly use is you pick. It's best for you to just pick like maybe 4 or 5 cryptocurrencies and just stick to that. You know, you'll get a lot of noise about other things that are jumping up and down, but if you just stick to, you know, those 4 or 5 coins, you know, they usually have some type of pattern that they always, you know, follow. So one of the strategies that I would recommend is to set yourself a percentage that you want to gain for that day or for that week. You know, whether it's 1% for the day, 2%, you know, because, you know, these coins, they do move a lot, but don't be greedy. That's the biggest thing. Do not be greedy. Because if you try to be greedy, and let's say you do catch a coin that's, you know, it was down 10%, you bought into it right when it was at 10%, and you're trying to get out of it at the peak when it shot up 20%. But as soon as you try to sell it at that 20% profit, you're actually matching the exact amount of how much that coin costs at the time. And the problem is you're not going to have a seller, or you're not going to have a buyer that's going to actually buy it for that price. So for example, Stellar is 7 cents, I think, right now. You know, and if that moves 1 cent, that's typically 10%. You know, so, and it breaks it down into like fractional pennies as well. You know, so it'd be 0.0793644. You know, it keeps breaking it down. So you do not want to try to sell at the peak. You know, if it's at 20% profit, try to sell it at 18%. Allow the coin to drop down to allow you to get out of it. Because those numbers look good, you know, as the money is going up, but if you don't sell it, you didn't make any money.
Right.
Yeah, so you know, that's a strategy to take heed at. You know, make sure, you know, set your own goals and stick to those goals. So if it's 1% or 2% for the day, you know, just try to get that 2% and then get out. You know, if it continues to go up, then by all means, it's, you know, it wasn't your day. Don't even worry about it. You still made money. So don't shoot yourself in the foot because you didn't get the 8% and you got 6%. You know, that's what I'm saying.
So let me ask you this: when do you think you can trust a pattern?
So that's a good question. A lot of coins, they tend to, if you do the research, you know, I would say go back 3 months or 6 months and look at the pattern of that particular coin. They tend to repeat those same patterns. The price amount may be different, but the pattern will end up being the same. So you'll see that, let's say on January 29th, Stellar dropped 10%. And then if you look at it, you know, back in December 29th, Stellar dropped 10%. Or it had some type of wedge pattern or something like that on that day. So, you know, you can take that type of data and then just try to mimic it and see, you know, if it's close enough to it so where you can actually make that determination. And then you can take your strategy and apply it into that.
Absolutely.
And right. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so I got one more question for you, big brother. When it comes to crypto, I know that if the people go out and do a little research, you'll see that it's a long-term game. You know what I'm saying? You got to plan for the end game.
Right.
It's not get rich quick. You know, you're not going to get in today and bust out tomorrow. It's like you got to play the game and you got to strategize. But just so people can have some type of idea, just a round figure, what is I guess kind of time frame on a person getting any type of return being involved with cryptocurrency? And of course it's going to vary based on your variables or what you have going on, but just a round figure.
So I would honestly say invest a lot of time before you even buy anything. I would say at least 2-3 months of just doing some research on your own. Just studying first. Always study first. I think there are some platforms out there that will allow you to do what's called paper trading. Paper trading is using fake money in the real market. So then you can, you know, learn those strategies and then apply those strategies into the real market. And then you can basically test yourself on if it actually works or not. And if it's not working, figure out why. You just gotta figure out what's going on, do some more research. And once you
so you can play before you pay.
Exactly.
Which is rare.
Yep. Exactly. So, you know, you can play before you play. So once you understand the mistakes that you made in the past, and then you also understand, you know, how you started making that money, you know, as far as like the different trades that you made, then, you know, take that $100 and apply it into the real world, into the real world. But the biggest thing that I would just say is don't be greedy. You know, just don't be greedy.
Don't be greedy.
Don't be
Play
greedy.
yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been chopping it up about how to make money, how to get some money, you know, cryptocurrency, how to get on your computer and get rich if you are willing to dedicate the time and energy. But outside of that, you know, we know you Bitcoin brand, you know, when you're doing your thing. But outside of cryptocurrency and stuff like that, man, what's some things you got going on? What are some things you working on outside of that?
Yeah, so, you know, I'm heavily involved in modifying cars. You know, I got...
Saw some badass. I ain't even gonna do all that. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I got 2 cars that I'm playing around with. I got a 2013 Nissan Maxima that's completely modified. You know, it doesn't look like a Maxima at all. No. So, you know, I you know, the car community is what I'm heavily into. I've always been into cars. When I was young, growing up, when I finally started making some money, you know, I started just doing little things to cars. When I moved out here to Texas from Louisiana, you know, I'm born and raised in Louisiana. The boot, so Shreveport. You know, so when I moved out here to Texas, I realized how heavy, you know, the car community was. And that's what really inspired me to do a lot of custom modifications to my cars. So, you know, the Nissan Maxima is one of them. I also have a car that was made in Australia that was imported over here to the United States. It's called a Chevy SS, just SS. You know, it's not SS Malibu, Impala, none of that stuff, just SS. So the name of that car in Australia is called a Holden Commodore. You know, if you look that up, Holden Commodore VF, you'll see it out there. So You know, that's the car I go to the track with.
Yeah,
I'm always at the drag strip. You know, almost every
I ain't never
weekend.
heard of no Chevy SS.
Yeah.
Man. That's new on me.
Yeah.
That's
So
what's up.
they made right around 14,000 of them in the entire world. And you know, this right here is it's considered like a collector's car. So
wow.
you know, I think mine was number 600 out of 1,400 in the color that was made for the year that it was made in. So yeah, I got a placard and everything for it too. So
oh, that's what's up.
yeah, so
you race?
Oh yeah, I race all the time.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
okay, hopefully y'all get to see the cars, and we're gonna have to catch up later and get some race footage, man. That right there will be off the chain.
Right.
Yeah.
So I actually featured my Nissan Maxima on my page, on my YouTube channel, back when I was doing all my cryptocurrency, just a couple years ago, and I made enough money to actually pay for one of the modifications that I put onto the car.
But hey, in real time.
Yeah.
This is in real time.
Yeah.
You're seeing it in real life. That's crazy. That's what's up.
Right. So, you know, fast forward after that, I bought the house. You know, cryptocurrency helped me get the house.
Come on, man.
I mean, if you just put the time in, it'll pay for itself.
You can make it happen just like that. Just like that. Well, look, man, we appreciate y'all time today. Hopefully, y'all gonna have to come back next time. We're gonna be meeting up again. Man. We got to chop it up some more, man, because this goes in depth. Yeah. And it's all, like I say, this is all education. It's all education because a lot of us, like we say, we didn't get the education.
Right.
But we get it, we bring it back, and you come to class right here at Hip Hop Hustlenomics.